Hello, welcome to my interview program. Today I invited Inspector Jared Pireret, who is a District Prevention Manager. Hello.
That's right. Hello, how are you?
Good, good.
Good.
I've heard that you have been to Korea just recently.
Yes, I was fortunate enough to go to Seoul for 4 or 5 days on work, business reasons, and it was a lovely experience. Went to some great temples, the museum, the DMZ, and genuinely enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic place.
Yeah. 5 days is too short.
Yeah.
To feel Korea.
Yeah.
Anyway, everybody has his own role and his job.
Yeah.
What's your main role?
Yeah.
And as a police officer?
Yep. So my role is the District Prevention Manager, like you said before. So in Counties Manukau, where I work, it's a district in the south of Auckland, and my role in the prevention space is I manage 6 of the work groups in the district. So I am the leader of the intelligence unit, the road policing unit, the youth unit, families, what we call workforce management, so looking after our people, and the deployment centre. Yeah.
I know Manukau district is the largest in Auckland City.
Yeah, so we have 1,300 staff, 1,300. Of those, 1,100 are constables in blue shirts. Yeah.
And you might be busier than other areas.
Yeah, we're a large district and we're very busy.
Yeah. Actually, some of my friends are very interested in retail shops.
Yeah.
But they are worrying about robberies or something like that.
Yeah.
Retail shops safety.
Yeah.
What types of robbery actually for the retail shops?
Yeah. So I guess firstly, retailers experience a couple of types of offences in their stores. So there's shoplifting, and there's robbery. So shoplifting is where an offender walks into the store, steals something inside, and leaves without a confrontation or without an assault. Sometimes the retailer doesn't even know it's happened, and that's what we call a shoplifting. It's a theft of a piece of property from that store. Robbery is a little bit different, where the person goes into the store and they use some sort of violence to steal that property. So they may fight with the store owner, they may have a weapon, they may push or punch. There may be 2 or 3 of them offenders, and that's what we would, that's the difference in law between a shoplifting and a robbery. Yeah.
They sometimes wear masks or something like that.
To disguise their identity. Because they may think the CCTV will capture their identity. And when that CCTV is provided to police for our inquiries, we may identify them.
What should people do when the robbery happened?
So firstly, there's a whole lot of things you can do to prevent the robbery. So it's around keeping your premises, your shop, as safe as it can be. So there's things like having a clear line of sight, so you can see outside and people can see inside. So it's found to be less likely offenders will go into that shop if people can see them coming and people walking by can see them inside. So they want to be somewhere where they can't be seen. So those stores that have a lot of coverage over the windows are more likely to be targeted than the ones that have got clear windows where you can see in and out. You can do a lot about security, as in the security at the entrance, so the audible entries, the beeps going off when someone enters the store, CCTV, good lighting, the height of the shelves so the retailers can see people in their store. Where you even position the counter is a good opportunity to prevent crime. And I would say to the retailers, there's some really good documents and advice you can get on the New Zealand Police website. So you can go onto the internet, go into the New Zealand Police website, and there's information there for retailers in a range of languages, including Korean. So I would encourage people to do that.
How about having some machine for preventing the robbery or something like that?
A machine?
Yeah, the shop owners
Yeah.
should have some machine for preventing robbery.
A fog machine, one of the fog cannons you're talking about? So,
something like that.
Yeah, so we know since 2017, when we introduced fog cannons across New Zealand, we've now placed 500 of them in stores across the country. Since that time, we've seen almost a drop of 50% of robberies across New Zealand, so 40% drop of robberies, and that's also about 40% less injuries of retailers, so store owners or shop owners being hurt. So we would say that fog cannons certainly work if they're deployed into the stores. Yeah.
How to get it?
So you can go online and privately purchase it if you've got the means to. Otherwise, you can apply to the New Zealand Police program just by going into the local police station or speaking to your local community constable about how they get into the program.
How do robbers choose their target shops?
Yeah, so it's a number of different ways, and it depends on the offender. Some are very young and disorganised, and we find those are generally the opportunistic type offences. So they're from a local area, they know the local shops, they'll target those shops because they're comfortable around that place. A lot of them are on foot, so they walk, and that's how they target them. Others are a little bit more organised, and they'll look for the stores that they think have got less security or are less likely to have problems committing their crime, or they're close to somewhere where they know or how to get away. So some of them are very disorganised, and some of them have got some planning. Yeah, it depends on the offender really.
And very good lighting.
Yeah. You see now sometimes when you go for a drive, there's staff outside looking, watching for that, and that disrupts their planning. You know, they may go to the next store that doesn't have that, or the store that's got all the posters across the windows, and they know once they're in, no one can see them inside. That might be something that they're looking for. Yeah.
If you find some robbers,
Yeah.
what can you do?
So if they're robbing your store, or you see, so the priority is your safety, your own safety. Like no matter what they're stealing or what they're taking, it's not worth your own life. You know, you want to go home to your family at night, and same goes with your staff member or your family member that may be present during some of these robberies. You know, so primarily the main concern is safety, the safety of the people, because like I say, life is more important than any property. Stay safe. Second, try to remain as calm as you can. Think about, if you can, calling for assistance, so calling the police on 111, calling for some, if you're by yourself and you've got the opportunity to call for help, that's fantastic. Try to remember as much detail as you can, because you will be providing that information later to the police, and that will support their inquiries. And that's description of the offender, registration numbers of the car, or which way they left, that sort of thing. So it's very important that if you are a victim of a robbery, firstly, safety. Secondly, try to remain calm, call for assistance, and the police particularly, and then try to recall as much, or remember as much as you can, so you can recall. Yeah.
If they threat you with the machine or something like that, here you are.
Yeah.
Some money here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, completely. Don't you don't know that person. You don't know how dangerous that person is. So it's about your safety first, always. First priority.
And can I retain the guy by myself?
Around use of force, so you're allowed to defend yourself if you're being attacked, okay? And that's, or defend someone else. So if you're being attacked, I'm allowed to use force to defend you, and I'm allowed to use force to defend myself. But that's where the law allows, and it's in our New Zealand law. As soon as you've defended yourself, that's where that stops. If you then start moving towards assaulting them or tackling them, then you don't have that support of the law anymore. Okay, so if you can verbally, and they will stay there on command, you can ask them to stay, but you can't hold them forever, because it's just going to keep that fighting, They're going to try to get away, you've got to try to hold them, it's going to get, their friends could come back and try to rescue their friend. So in a shoplifting incident or a robbery incident, if you are able to, you're allowed to ask the person to stay there and wait for the police. If they do, that's great. If they don't, you let them go.
And it's a different story, but some people, especially women, are worrying about very remote street when going out at night. What happens to the personal safety in the street?
It's all about personal safety, So the person, firstly and foremost, should be aware of their situation, so aware of their environment. So if they know that they're going from home out to the street, down the road to their car, they should have a plan about how to do that. So there might be one side of the street that's got better lighting than the other. They should have their keys ready so they can just get to the car and open it. They don't have to look through their bag for keys. They could have someone watching them get to the car. They could go out with somebody if they're concerned about their safety. There's a whole lot of things some people can do to improve their safety or increase their feeling of safety. But I think it's just being conscious of that and planning for that. Because generally New Zealand's a really safe place. But there are concerns people do have. So it's around that planning, really.
People think New Zealand is a very safe country, but sometimes something happens.
Unfortunately it does,
Anything else regarding personal safety or robbery or something like that?
Well, I guess particularly if you're out in the public and you're out for a walk or you're out for a jog or you're out shopping, it's just that being vigilant, looking after yourself and your people you're with. Maybe you could go for a walk with 2 people or 3 people. You go for a jog together. You see the people with the headphones on, they're not really aware of their surroundings. And you see those people that they don't look and they're on the road, or people are around them and they don't know. So just being aware of their surroundings is really important. If they're walking or in an environment where they know the area is best, so they're comfortable, they know where to go if there's an issue, they know it's well lit and it's a generally safe place, there's lots of people around that, you know, it can be really comforting and much more safe than running by yourself in a place you don't really know in the dark. You know.
Some people think that for the safer society, we need more police officers. What do you think about that?
Well, I think at the moment the police are well resourced, so that decision is made by the government, not from the police. So in counties Manukau, where I'm from, we've just reached 1,300 staff, which is the most we've ever had. So our numbers are increasing. So I think we're in a good place, and it's around just making sure we do things better and better and improve on the work that we actually do to make a difference and to make people feel safe.
Okay. Okay, I've talked to the Inspector Jared Pireret, who is a District Prevention Manager of Manukau. Thank you for your time.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Cheers.